Question 13. Circle either true or false for each of the following statements. A triangle with one angle equal to 70 degrees could be an equilateral triangle. So here are some notes on the type of triangles you can have. We need to know off by heart that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees always, no matter what kind of triangle it is. So we've got an equilateral triangle here, and that's represented by these lines. So these lines mean that these three sides are exactly the same. So if the three sides are the same, it means that the three angles are the same, making it an equilateral triangle. So all of these angles would be 60 degrees, because that would be 60 degrees, 120 degrees, 180 degrees. When we added them all together, they would make 180 degrees. So no matter what size of the triangle, if it's equilateral, the angles are always 60 degrees. This is an isosceles triangle, represented by these two lines here, meaning that these two lines are the same, so that the two angles underneath them, they are both the same as well. A right angle triangle is exactly that. It has a right angle in it. So one of the angles is going to be 90 degrees. A scalene triangle has no lines on, so it has no sides that are the same, and it has no angles that are the same. So if one of these angles was 70 degrees, then it couldn't be an equilateral triangle, because as we said earlier, equilateral triangles have all three angles the same, meaning they have to be 60 degrees. So that would be false. A triangle with one angle equal to 70 degrees could be an isosceles triangle. So if this was 70 degrees, then that would mean that this one would also have to be 70 degrees. So that so far totals 140 degrees, meaning that we've still got 40 degrees left for this to add up to 180. So that works perfectly fine. So that could be an isosceles triangle. A triangle with one angle, read the question very carefully. This one says a triangle with one angle equal to 70 degrees. So we've put these two angles equal to 70 degrees. So this is saying here that one. So if that one's 70 degrees, then we'd have 110 degrees left over to make 180 with both of these angles. So both of these angles must add up to 110, and we know because it's an isosceles triangle, they've got to be exactly the same. So I just half 110, and that would give me 55. So both of these angles would be 55 degrees. And again, that works out fine, so that would be true. A triangle with one angle equal to 70 degrees could be a right-angled triangle. Again, that works perfectly fine because we've got 90 degrees here, 70 degrees would be here, that giving a total of 160. This angle could then be 20 degrees to make 180, so that would be true. An isosceles triangle could have one of its angles equal to 105 degrees. So this is an isosceles triangle again. Could have one of its angles, so that would mean that this one would be 105 degrees. So we'd have to share out 75 degrees left over then between these two angles. So I would just split that in half and that would work fine. A right angle triangle could have one of its angles equal to 105 degrees. So if I had a right angle triangle, that would mean that would be 90 degrees. Add on then 105 degrees is 195. So that's bigger than 180 degrees, and we've got another angle left over. So that shape wouldn't form a triangle because it would be bigger than 180 degrees. So that would be false. So in this question, the examiner will give you 3 marks if you have all 5 correct, 2 marks if you have 4 correct, and 1 mark if you have 3 correct. Anything less than that is 0 marks.